What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. Fall is the new spring. Come on back, check out what we've been up to the past week. I want to show you how we're preparing this whole food forest for fall. Enjoy the journey. One of the joys of living in Zone 8 is our mild winters. It always feels like spring at the end of summer for me. Once the summer doldrums and heat have finally passed us and our nighttime temperatures begin to drop, I know it's safe to start planting our fall crops. This year, I'm starting fresh from seed some new kale and collards after having spent all the seed I've saved the years prior. Here is my best impersonation of Ian Corey impersonating Siloe Oliveira at Suburban Homestead, and I am utilizing the plate and paper towel method for seed germination this year. As my fall seeds germinate, I take time to prepare the food forest for fall. The good thing is I always have plenty of hungry workers to help out. Chickens are an integral part of our food forest system here. They do a great job breaking pest cycles in between seasons, tilling the earth, and manuring, basically fertilizing our food forest. By the end of summer, I let the chickens roam through this food forest for a good 4 to 5 weeks to help clean up the forest floor. Another fall preparation I take is the fertilization of every tree and plant out here, and I do that using rabbit manure. All summer, I've been feeding my rabbits weeds and grasses from this food forest. They've obviously turned that into a pile of manure here, and I'm going to use that as fertilizer in our forest floor. The application is obviously very simple. I just come out and leave a scoop of manure at the base of every tree and shrub and bramble I have back here. This is a great closed loop system I'm trying to create and foster here on this permaculture food forest. I'm taking weeds, I'm cycling them through my rabbits, and I'm putting those weeds back into the food forest in the form of rabbit manure and fertilizer. The last preparation I take for fall is an annual chop and drop. Now this is a scheduled disturbance that I make once a year, and it's usually a very big disturbance. I wanted to show you how I am going to clear out this elderberry hedge, and what I'm going to be doing today is chopping out some of the older, larger canes, leaving some of the smaller ones, and then topping the whole thing down to about a 5 or 6 foot height. The following footage is at 16x speed. This whole process took me about 15 minutes to accomplish. And in true permaculture fashion, I am literally chopping and dropping this green waste and material at the base of this hedge. There is a huge biomass that accumulates here on my food forest every year, and I always enjoy taking it down and using it as mulch for all the surrounding plants. I chop and drop the food forest once every year, and as always, this is a great way to cycle nutrients back into the food forest. This is another closed loop system that I'm trying to foster here. Nothing goes to waste and everything has a purpose. Now I know this might look really drastic, but believe me, elderberry are very hardy and can take the punishment. By this time next year, I'll be cutting down a hedge twice as big. So I want to give you a quick walk around and show you what the place looks like after I've chopped and dropped. You can see I've got this great mulch layer that helps me define my swales again. I get weed suppression and just a good biomass accumulating on my forest floor. Things like my longevity spinach right here are now going to get some sun, some much needed sun, and plants like my moringa and pineapple guava now have this great green mulch layer over them. Oh, look, it's my new puppy. I wanted to end today's video by giving you a big walk around the whole place, just a big glossing over, nothing too in detailed. We still are getting raspberries at this time of the year, and I am also getting goji berry. We'll generally get goji berry until our first frost, but the whole place is looking a little bit barren, a lot different than what it looked like in the spring, obviously. But once again, I do kind of like this time of year. It's a time of refreshing and renewing. I get a chance to replant some hardy annuals, and really I just get an opportunity to get the weeds out of my face, break up the pest cycle, and really kind of start the process of starting fresh again. Before our first frost, I will chop down all my moringa and save and dry and powder, turn the leaves into a powder. Currently the food forest is looking okay. On this middle swale here, I've got moringa, I've got mulberry, figs, peaches, and on my upper swale, it's looking a bit barren right now after clearing out all of the blackberry canes that were growing. However, there are new canes coming up. I'm using these mesh wire baskets in that top swale as trellises and as composting tunnels, basically. I've got these cages set up. I keep throwing all the green waste in there, and eventually what I'll have is this nice soil that I can start growing annual veggies in. My 3 hugel lumps on the top of the hill still looking good. At the very top of the property here, there's this beautyberry, muscadine, plums, elderberry mix going on. Now, of course, there's weeds out here right now like goldenrod, but things like my pawpaws and moringa are still doing strong. As this food forest really starts to mature out and my peaches get bigger, I can kind of see the whole forest floor start to take shape, and there's a lot of good views of this place throughout the year. But just wanted to give you a quick glossing over the whole food forest. For me, fall is the new spring, and it's time to start chopping and dropping. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.